country there is no desert like this in my country. You say something. In my country.
Yeah. What up, guys?
Description.
As you can see, we back in the water layer, and this is the motherfucking water show. Wet, aquatic, deep sea, underwater heroes. Say this is episode 8 or so. We made it a long way. It feels good to be back in the layer, man. You know what I'm saying? I was traveling, moving around, doing my little music shit. That kind of gave me the inspiration to do this new episode. I've been doing this for a long time as far as the music thing, and I've been doing it by myself for a long time and with my immediate team. There are people like me who come from the same background. We don't know too much of the music business. So at this point, I got a good team behind me. I got a good machine behind me, and my shows are going dope. You know what I mean? I'm traveling, I'm going to the right places, I'm meeting the right people. And before that, you know, I was doing that myself, and you know, this is where the power of discernment comes in, because man, it's a lot of trial and error when it comes to being an up-and-coming artist. You have something called Janky Promoters. This is gonna be the episode all about Janky Promoters, all the weird things that happen when people are trying to get over on you and just want money from you, you know what I mean? So before I met my manager, shout out to 3K, before I met my manager, I was doing a lot of janky shows. I hope this is recording. Let me just check to see if this is recording. All right, for sure. So before I met my manager, I was doing a lot of janky shows, man. Like, I was doing a lot of weird open mic things, you know what I mean? A whole bunch of weird contests. If you're an up-and-coming artist, you want to present yourself as like a package deal thing, you know what I mean? And just as me, I don't like to be in things like competitions and shit like that, because like, you go to a hip-hop show, it's like a competition thing, and like, it's like 80 other niggas, and nobody wants to fucking cheer because the motherfuckers in the crowd are all motherfucking just fans of the other motherfuckers or their homeboys, and they just came here to see them. And then you got a nigga who comes up with like a whole full band and a banjo and shit. I'm just on stage with a goddamn mic and shit. Like, nigga, how the fuck I'm supposed to compete with this nigga with the banjo? This nigga got the whole band and shit. Like, what the fuck is this? I'm not trying to be pessimistic about it, but it's kind of weird. I met this one promoter. I'm not gonna say any names because I'm not trying to hurt any feelings. We hit bro up, and he was like, yeah, I want you guys to do this show, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. This is another thing I'm gonna tell artists: never pay to play. Never, ever, 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 ever in your life pay to play unless it's gonna be super beneficial. Pay to play if you're gonna get some kind of exposure from it. If not, it's kind of like in my country, we don't do this, okay? Pay to play, I'm the artist, okay? I don't pay to play unless it's going to be some very beneficial people in front of me. Whatever, we paid to play. They said it's some venue out in Hollywood. They called us last minute. We're heading all the way up there. I stay.
Description.
I don't want to say where I stay. Basically, where we were going was a hike. They call us last minute, like, bam, the show's canceled. We like, damn, dog. Like, hold up. We already paid our money for this shit. Like, nigga, you ain't. Hold the phone. They're like, no, don't worry. Only this show's canceled. You know what I mean? We got something later tonight for you. We're gonna make sure we get this thing right. So we're all suited up, you know what I mean? Like, when we go out to goddamn perform and shit, we getting all fresh and shit. So we like, damn, we gotta wait a couple more hours to go goddamn perform? Like, what is this? So we finally get to the other show. We're texting the guy, calling the guy, because we're on Hollywood Beach, and we're trying to figure out like where's there a hip hop venue in Hollywood Beach? We keep walking, and we finally follow the GPS to like the location that we're supposed to go to, and like we're looking around, and it's like an old diner. They're playing like country music. If I have the video, I'm gonna post it right here for like the place that we were supposed to perform at. And it was like, dog, like, yo, son, like, what is this? This is like some bullshit. So I finally get in contact with the guy, you know what I mean? My brother Yobi's there, and he's pissed the fuck off, you know what I mean? He calls the guy, he's going the fuck off. I'm mad about the situation. He's more mad because he put the money in so we can perform there. And it's just like, never pay to play. This same Janky promoter guy promised us another show the next day. So we head out there to the next show. Now, this one is like, It seems like it's a little bit more official. So it's a dope hip hop event. They got motherfuckers pulling up back to back in Sprinter vans and shit like that. So we like, okay, we actually finna go rock a nice, decent little show. You know what I mean? So in front, they have us taking pictures with effing vodka. By the way, I haven't seen those pictures yet. But they have us taking pictures with like effing vodka, and they're like, yeah, man, 50 Cent is the one who's sponsoring this show right here, dog. You know what I mean? Well, after you get this show, you gonna get all the clout you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the hottest shit out. So we walk up in there. It's packed. You know what I mean? The place is so like skinny, and like there's so many people in this shit. So we finally go upstairs. You know what I mean? We're waiting to perform, waiting. And then we finally get on stage at like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's even in this shit. The fucking mics don't work through the whole show. Like, you couldn't even hear anybody's set earlier because all the sound system and all that shit is fucked up. It's to the end of the night. I'm thinking I'm finna rock a damn show and it's gonna be dope. And it ends up just being some bullshit. So at the end of the day, man, don't trust any janky promoters, man. Like, make sure you use the power of discernment. You know what I mean? And never pay to play, man. It's sad to say, unfortunately, with hip-hop, there's a lot of scammers, you know what I mean? Especially if you're a hungry, up-and-coming artist, there's going to be a lot of people who want to take advantage of that. They know that you have the money to spend, the money to invest, and that's something you just really have to watch out for as an up-and-coming artist. So I'm thinking about, like, all this, the same janky-ass promoter, dog. You know what they say? Fool me once, shame on you, or some shit. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times and I'm a fucking idiot. That's basically what the situation was. So he hits me up like a couple weeks later and shit like that. And he's like, yo, I want to get you out to Atlanta, you know what I mean, for the A3C showcase. I do some research. I'm like, damn, A3C, like I've been wanting to do A3C my whole damn life. I'm like, yo, let me know whatever you need. I'm gonna be out there ASAP. So I call Yobi up. I'm telling him about the Janky Promoter and shit. He's like, yo, this same motherfucker. I'm like, look, man, I think the last 3 times, and that's how fucked up it is. It's like, I think the last 3 times it was a fuck up. This time it's gonna be some real shit. Boy, was I wrong. So I get out to Atlanta. I'm hitting up my homies in Atlanta and shit. I hit up Tay. I hit up 3K. This is before I started working with 3K, but 3K has always been my homie. I'm like, yo, I got this show in Atlanta. I'm out here. Come fuck with your boy, this, that, and the third. So I get out there. I pull up with Tay. We go get something to eat. And as soon as we get to the venue, I'm like, hey, I'm Blizzi. I'm here to perform. The security motherfuckers in the door like, yo, I don't know who you is. I'm like, yo, son, like, what's going on? This is the bullshit. Tay's looking at me like, nigga, like, this is your show? I'm like, nigga, I don't even know if this is my show. Like, I don't know this country is all wrong. The janky promoter finally pulls up. He's sitting there. He starts talking to the security guy. The security guy's like, hey, motherfucker, you can't get in here. So when I seen the security guy say that to the janky promoter dude, I'm like, oh man, I'm screwed. I'm in Atlanta. I don't know anything about Atlanta. This is so crazy. So they get into like a 25-minute fight. And then finally the owner of the venue comes outside and sees the janky promoter. I don't want to call the dude janky because I don't know the dude like that. That's why I'm not going to say his name. Just his business with me wasn't too, you know what I mean? His business with me wasn't too good. So we get in the door. Long story short, the show wasn't like the craziest thing. It was the best show that he put on for me. So I will thank him for that. If I never went out there for like them weird ass shows, I never would have met 3K. That same week I met 3K. 3K put me on like some dope ass shows. He introduced me to DJ Plug. What I'm basically saying is, man, like, just make sure that you get the right people behind you, because you see, like, 3K isn't like, he's not like a promoter or anything like that, but I met up with him and he knows the right people and he put me on some good shows and he's still putting me on some good shows. This guy right over here, this other janky promoter motherfucker who that's supposed to be in his job description to do, he couldn't even get me on the show to save his goddamn life. Whatever, man, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys for rocking with me so long. This show is about up and coming artists. Never pay to play. Make sure that you got your business right. Make sure you use the power of discernment. Make sure you know who's trying to get your money and who really has your best interests at heart. There's a lot of greedy motherfuckers out there, especially if you're an up and coming hip hop artist. Trust me, I know it. And I'm like, I don't come on this platform to try to make it seem like I'm higher than anybody else. Like, I'm still growing. You guys are watching my process every day. And you know what I mean? So like, take it from me. Like, I don't know everything, but the things I do know, you know what I mean? Just take it from me. Like, I'm growing. You guys can see if I fail or if I succeed with it. You know what I mean? Because I'm documenting the entire way there. So make sure you got a good team behind you. Make sure that you know that you can't do everything yourself. You can do a lot yourself, but you can't do everything yourself. Make sure you got a good team, a good support system, and keep watching the Waduh Show. With all that being said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll the music. Turn up. Back in the water layer, baby. My country.
Description.
She got a iPhone 10 with a screen crack. Still hit a nigga when she need that.